impact on US race relations. Let's talk to Rakeem, Noble law graduate who took part in anti-racism protests on this side of the Atlantic last May after George's death. Rakeem, what do you feel is resolved, if anything, now?
Hello, Jeremy.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you.
So what was your thought yesterday when you heard the verdicts and they were all guilty?
So hearing the verdict, I would always say in these cases, there's no winners or losers. One man has lost his life. One man has lost his freedom. Two communities, two families will never be the same again. What happened was the correct decision came to that it was a justifiable decision. Taking away race, colour, ethnicity and religion, it was a justifiable decision. Moving forward, I know a lot of people in America found this as a victory in that someone who had committed a heinous murder had to pay for their crimes. And we've seen this in various cases in America, such as Alton Sterling, Philando Castillo, Oscar Grant, all of the same kind of examples who you could justifiably say are just as cynical as the George Floyd murder, but these didn't have the justice that the George Floyd case done. So I feel a lot of people did feel that justice was served, and hopefully moving forward, this will continue and be the premise for police officers who commit these acts going forward in the future.
When you protested against this when it happened, and it was tremendously upsetting to see that event on television, when you protested, were you protesting against the police in the USA or the police here or both?
I believe, like myself and many others, when they went out to protest, it wasn't just protesting in the UK or in the US, it was protesting everywhere around the world. Taking some examples from the United Kingdom, we've got the likes of Mark Duggan, which is the most notable, Sarah Reid, Alton Manning. These are just a few examples where people have died under police brutality and the justice the community felt was just never served. And of course, in America as well, the cases seem to be forever endless. We were protesting just for everyone around the world to unite and stand against this and to have police go through more rigorous training, more understanding, more awareness of what they're doing, and to be held for more accountability and responsibility.
So Black Lives Matter as a movement is not concluded with these verdicts yesterday?
You can call it Black Lives Matter, you can call it to stand against racism. All of these movements are trying to create justice and create equality within the law and within people all around from different cultures and parts of the world. This, you could argue, is a small step. This, you could say, is going in the right direction, but the problem still reigns and occurs. Before George Floyd, there was dozens, hundreds of cases where there was injustices and justice was never served. And moving forward, we would like to believe that there will be less cases, there'll be more attention put forward to them, and hopefully we're not going to have the world turned upside down before the legal system will take notice of these kind of outcomes. I don't believe that it should have ever come to this point where it's been this big before a justifiable outcome was reached.
There's two things in the States that have come together. One of them is the racism, of course, and their history we know about. But they are also a society that's just drenched in guns. And I don't know, looking at them from this side of the Atlantic, whether you can see a solution there.
I think an appropriate solution would be one which Americans probably aren't too happy with, but I do feel there needs to be some kind of gun control put into place. Guns are free. Guns are very openly used in America. Everyone has the right and entitlement to have a gun. Guns are held on police officers. Now, in the United Kingdom, the fact that police officers don't have holds or access to guns, I think has helped keep the death rate down significantly. Let's be honest about it. Some police officers are just scared. They're worried. They may not be racist. They may not have any bad intentions behind them. But if they see someone who they think is committing a crime, they lash out with their gun, that person is now dead. In the United Kingdom, we don't have that problem because their guns aren't there. So I think just having guns can cause a problem out in the United States of America.
And have you, in the last 24 hours, shown your appreciation of the verdict, at least, and the fact that justice has been done? Do you feel this is a time to celebrate publicly or even protest at what still needs to be done?
Celebration, I don't think there'll be need for celebration. Well, it's to acknowledge. I don't think it's a time to celebrate. It's definitely a time to acknowledge. Let me just give you an example in perspective. If you're in a boxing match, Jeremy, for 12 rounds and you knock your opponent down in every round, and when it comes to the end, you're told it's going to be a split or majority decision in your favour, in your mind, you're not going to believe that's entirely accurate. You're going to think you won unanimously. With everything that you've done in the lead up, it should have been called off way early. And it should never have gotten to the point of it being this close or this marginal. And I feel the same is in this case. With all the information and evidence that was put to the judges' scorecards, this shouldn't have gone on for so long. The trial has been going on for close to a month now. with all of the video evidence, the audio evidence, the witnesses, everything going wrong, I think this has been dragged on for too long. And in that department, I feel that it takes a bit away from it. Because next time this happens, unfortunately, I don't like to say, but the next time this does happen, will it take the whole world to turn around and revolt against it for the right outcome to be reached to? I certainly hope not.
You think it will? You think there will be a next time? Do you think it'll happen again, Rakeem? You said next time.
Unfortunately, this is a situation which I don't think will be changed or resolved overnight or just from one outcome. Like I said, there's no winners or losers here. I'm glad that the right, justifiable outcome has been reached. But I don't think moving forward, the police systems in America have been formed. The mentalities and attitudes of individuals in America have been formed. Maybe there may be a delay till another incident like this happens, but I do think down the line this will be happening again. And I think it will be very interesting to see how the case is handled by the laws, authorities and medias in America, unfortunately, when this may happen again down the line.
Oh, well, I hope it doesn't. Thank you very much, Rakeem. All the best to you. Rakeem, Nobel law graduate, took part in anti-racism protests in London last May after George Floyd's death. And, of course, we saw the protests against what happened in Minneapolis going on all around the world. Would love your thoughts on this. Best way to get in touch, email vine@bbc.co.uk with your phone number.
The road is long.